Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I just wanted to do a reading. I don't have anything in mind. I just wanted to do a reading because I told you, Mommy, no, Mommy's working. The boys. As soon as I turn the camera on, I swear to God, I'm not even making it up. Right. So I was saying, I just wanted to do a reading. I don't have a specific question in mind. I just wanted to sit down, do a reading. This is another new deck that I got. It's called the Simplicity Tarot deck. It's absolutely beautiful, so I hope you enjoy it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull some cards and we'll get the story from whatever cards come out. My intention, honestly, my intention is that this feels like a personal reading for as many of you watching, and that it helps if you were drawn to the video, that it holds a message for you, okay? So, Mommy, honestly, Jesus. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Ooh, all right, well, we have begun. So we have the Knight of Cups with the Five of Cups that flew out of the deck. So some sort of a peace offer, love offer, making amends. There was some sort of breakup, loss, separation, massive disappointment with the Five of Cups, right? And this offer that's coming in is coming from behind you. So that tells me that it's coming from the past, okay, for a lot of you, and for others, there's something new that's trying to come in, but you're not seeing it because you're focused on the past. I'm going to put them in and see, put them back in the deck and see if they come out again in the spread. So let's do a Celtic cross here. Tell me more about this story, this situation, or give me messages and advice for the highest good of everybody watching, those who need it. Okay, so I'm going to pull the cards first, and then we'll flip them over and see what we got going on here, okay? Even the back of these cards is gorgeous, isn't it? Look at it. Okay, right, bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. So yeah, in keeping with the initial message, there's something here that we don't see coming with the Two of Swords. I'm going to say we because I'm part of the collective, right, and it's easier. There's something here that we don't see coming. Something that, for some of you, this feels like, I'm done with this, I'm not looking back. So that's why we don't see it coming, because in our minds, when we're not interested, we don't care. We're not seeing it coming because we're not anticipating it, because we're not looking for it, because we're not interested, okay? And for others, this is, you're focused on something else. There's an element of, I really want this to work, I really want this to come in. There's a bit of a fixation with something else that you're focused on. Blindly focused, blindly devoted, blindly dedicated, with this energy of the Two of Swords. So let's flip these cards over, see what we have. And I'll clarify as we go. Yeah, I'm definitely getting the same message of something is coming in that you're not interested in it. Because I've got a bunch of cards either talking about being closed off, being defensive, not being interested, or simply just having your back to something. So in the current situation, we have the Queen of Cups. This is focusing on peace, focusing on healing, focusing on positive, nurturing, loving things in your life here with the Queen of Cups, whether you're a water sign or not. The challenge is the Magician. So here's what you've been focused on, what we've been focused on. Okay, we've got a plan, we've got a vision, and we are focused on making it come together, okay? And it shows up in what can help or hurt us, because while it's a good thing to focus on something constructive, to make something happen, to put the pieces together, we're very much in charge, we're aware of that. It can hinder progress if we are too focused. Sometimes we don't see the woods for the trees, right? And we're definitely closed off to something with the Two of Swords. And look, what's under the Two of Swords? The Ten of Swords. So there was a very big ending here with the Ten of Swords. Very painful. Some level of betrayal of trust, betrayal of confidence. Someone broke your heart. Someone stabbed you in the back, took you for granted, took advantage of you, left you. I don't know what this was. But with the Two of Swords on top of it, you're like, I'm done with that situation. It's done. It's over. I'm not even interested in looking at it again. Okay? And it's not coming from a place of anger. It's coming from a place of, I've made my peace. I've focused on myself. I've nurtured myself. I've gotten myself to a point where I'm comfortable. I'm at peace. I'm at ease. I love myself. I look after myself. I nurture myself. I've got peace, calm, serenity. And it seems to be either intuitively or not, or fully aware of it, or subconsciously, I mean. This is still in your environment somehow. So I don't know if it's a case of you physically haven't been able to move away from this thing or person or place or situation yet, or for whatever reason. Maybe that's what you're working on with the Magician, right? You're looking for a job so you can move away from this hole of a job or a company that treated you so unfairly. Someone broke your heart, right? And you're like, listen, I've been working on myself. I'm manifesting real, true, long-lasting love in my life. I'm not even interested. There's still, while you're still in a place of peace, calm, and serenity, it was a very big betrayal, okay? There was a lot of pain there. So it's still kind of in your memory, not necessarily holding on to it, harping on it, or keeping it, like holding it against someone, but rather from the position of, I don't want to forget this happened. I'm not going to harp on it, but I don't want to forget it happened, so that I expose myself again and I give another chance yet again. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I want to make sure I've learned from this experience. Okay. In the foundation, we have the Emperor as the reason for everything. So this could be an Aries individual, Sun, Moon, Rising, or a father figure, or a manager, or a husband, right? A spouse, male or female, because it's a very general reading. A significant other. Okay. A superior. But this is the person that stabbed you in the back. This is the person that took you for granted, and that was like the mildest that they could do, all the way to they got you fired, or they put you in the hospital because you stressed out so much because of what they were doing or how they were treating you, or they broke your heart to the point where you had to break up, or they left you, they abandoned you, they broke up with you, they divorced you, they didn't even tell you anything was going on, you know, any other type of betrayal, right? It'll be very different for everyone. But it's to do with this person, and this is someone who has controlling tendencies or control issues, trust issues, so they overcompensate by being controlling, very rigid, very inflexible in their way of thinking, very much my way or the highway type of person. And you've been giving and nurturing and trying and giving them the benefit of the doubt over and over again, and it just ended up, you ended up worse for wear. No matter what you did to try to turn this into a positive situation, it ended up like biting you in the behind, basically, right? So your love was taken for granted. Your nurturing energy, your kind nature, your giving nature, your patient nature was used against you. Okay, so in the recent past we have the Three of Cups. So this could have been too many people involved, third-party situations, someone who likes to keep their options open, someone non-committal. This could also be someone in your circle of friends or family or community. But there's also this energy of you have withdrawn from a place, a person, or a group of people especially, to work on yourself, to nurture yourself. Okay. You've also switched the focus from outward towards other people or this person. You switch that focus to yourself. What's crowning you? We have the Four of Cups. So you're not, you're not a happy bunny yet. You're at peace, you're content, but you're not a happy bunny. You're not thrilled and excited about everything. Because you keep looking at this Three of Cups in the past. Someone really disappointed you, if nothing else. They really, really broke your heart. They really disappointed you. And you keep thinking about the good old days, times you had together that were fun and happy and exciting, and everything you did together, and the memories and reminiscing, and the sense of community and the sense of comfort that you had at one point in time, right? And so what you're thinking of is you keep reminiscing. And like I say, I think it's a choice for yourself to keep it in the forefront so that you don't give into the temptation of just forgiving again, giving yet another chance, giving them the benefit of the doubt another time, accepting whatever apology you get, although with the Emperor, I don't imagine it would be a proper apology, right? It's just more a case of you just forgive and move on, but they never actually sit down, do the worst, take accountability, right? But again, you have this Ace of Cups right behind you, but you don't see it, and it's similar to that Knight of Cups with the Five of Cups combination. Yes, Charlie. Where there's a new beginning that's trying to happen, and I get the sense that it's different. It's a different person. It's almost like your manager did you wrong, and you're just done with the company. And there's another opportunity for you in a different team, in a different department, but you're not even looking because in your mind you're done with the whole company, right? Or yeah, someone broke your heart and you're like, I'm done with love. I don't want it. It's not for me. I can't do this again. I can't. And we all get there and we go through such times, right? Especially if the Ten of Swords happen to you, right? And the message here is you've got this beautiful opportunity that's trying to come in, that is divinely guided, that is healthy, right? It's a gift that will be different than what this was. Okay? But because we're in this mindset of I'm just done, I'm not even looking in that direction. I'm not even looking at love at all. I don't care who it is. I'm not looking at other companies, other jobs within this company at all. I'm just done with the whole thing. It's right. One element is what hurt you, and it's like it hurt you so bad that you're like, I'm just done with that whole sentence. I'm just the whole area is done for me. I don't care. Anything else that comes out of there, I'm not interested. Now, in the near future, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is someone that shows up, that is very charismatic, but I get this energy of an inspiration. And they're very different, right? It's like you anticipate that if you look in that direction that you got hurt from or by, it's just going to be the same thing, and you'll be tempted and pulled in yet again, right? So you're kind of trying to put a wall up. You're trying to put a fence up to the whole thing. But with this King of Wands, he can kind of go through the fence. He finds a door. He builds a door for himself through that fence, right? Why? Because he's different. So there's a person or an opportunity that is coming in the near future that will look different. It will feel different. They'll respond differently. There'll be different conversations about it. You'll feel differently about it, right? And it's intriguing. That's what I get with this King of Wands. It's something that is charming, charismatic, intriguing. You're interested in it. It piques your interest. It attracts you in, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. In the position of how you see yourself, the Ten of Wands, I mean, yeah, you're still carrying, Harvey, this Ten of Swords. By you refusing to even look in that direction, and you're like, I'm done with that Two of Swords. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't care. What we don't realize when we do that is our energy is still there. It's still a hole in our hearts, right? So no matter how hard and how far we try to run, it's still in our energy. It still feels like a burden. It still feels like a blockage. It still feels challenging to move on, no matter how hard we're trying to move on, by not looking at it, by not thinking about it, by not talking about it. Okay? In your environment, we have the Seven of Wands. Now, this fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, they don't have to be. That could be their sun, their moon, their rising, or they embody the traits of a fire sign, right? And what you don't see coming is that this person or this situation or this opportunity that's coming in they really want to come in. They're very focused, they're very determined. This isn't someone that you can turn away easily. And it's not in a combative way. They're not trying to be forceful about it. But it's a case of, I'm not going anywhere. You take your time. Or, yeah, we can do things on your terms. Sure, but I'm not going anywhere. It's that kind of an energy. In your hopes and fears, we have another 4. So in your hopes and fears, you have the 4 of coins. On the mind is the 4 of cups, another 4. Okay, so 2 4s talking about, and the emperor in the foundation. Rigidity, being closed off. It's a very defensive position, right? It's like you put 4 walls around you. Okay, so you can control the inside of those walls. That means you're safe. Nothing can hurt you. Okay, so this is again confirming that we're in this place of fear and feeling the second we feel vulnerable, or the second we entertain the possibility, this hope that it could be different, something could be different, Charlie, we instantly close off again because we're like, no, I can't think like that again. I don't want to think like that again. And it's like, I don't even want to risk. What if it's not different? What if I'm kidding myself? Now, in the outcome here, though, we have the 3 of Wands. And again, we have this Wands energy, right? And the 3 of Wands, I am seeing it as opening up versus the 7 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is an energy of being open and receptive. Tell me more about this. Okay, trying to keep an open mind. It's like, okay, tell me more about this. Entertaining possibilities. Why? Because you do recognize that this is different. I don't know if there's conversations happening. I don't know if it's a case of you keep saying no and they're like, tell me why, and you give them a reason and they give you a solution. Or you tell them about your fears and they're reassuring every single one. And it's not, they've got a plan. They got resources. They know what they're saying. It's not just words. But in the end, you're like, this is different. Right? I'm going to open myself to this possibility because it is different. It's a different world. It's a different scenario. It's a different type of person. It's a different place. Okay. What I do want to say is, if we don't give someone the opportunity to reassure us, eventually they will go away because it will be them respecting our boundaries. Okay? So you're dealing with that kind of person. So if you're used to people being forceful, pushy, walking all over you, this person will not do that. If you keep pushing them away and pushing them away and pushing them away, they will respect your boundary and they'll go away. Okay? So don't expect them to keep trying forever. I do want to say that. And we all have a limit. Come on. So the advice here is to open up. The advice here is to talk about things. All right? What is your concern? What is your fear? What is your doubt? Why do you hesitate? What would you need to see to believe that this is different? What would you need to see to give this a shot to develop further, to give this some time to develop further? Okay? And it's very genuine, honest, everything on the table type of conversations that will follow. And the more you talk to this person, whoever they may be, and whatever they're offering you, the more you realize that they're not disturbing your peace. They're not disturbing your peace. Whenever you think about the past coming back or putting yourself in a similar situation to what you've just come out of, you get anxiety. You feel it. You get anxiety. You get unsettled or angry or just not, it disturbs your peace. The more you talk to this person about what they're offering or what they're trying to do, the calmer you feel, the more reassured you feel, the more at ease and comfortable you feel. And not only that, but you also get inspired. Right? So that will be a very big clue and confirmation that this is something different. So we have the Hermit that wants to be seen and the Death card. This is something different. And if you look for knowledge, or if you're open to receiving knowledge with the Hermit, you will have it. You will have the knowledge, you will have your questions answered, you will have the reassurance, you will have the confirmation. But you have to be open to that possibility. All right, so let's get one more row of cards out here to get more information. Yeah, the Hangman, you have to be open to the possibility. You have to keep an open mind and be willing to assess things from all angles and from different perspectives, right? Because what we're not realizing when we get into this type of mindset is the fact that we're actually turning into this person that hurt us, because we're becoming rigid and we're becoming closed off. And it's one of them where hurt people. We don't even know it, but we're doing it as well, right? So don't let this person win, whoever they are. Don't let them turn you into them. You are the Queen of Cups. You are gentle, you are loving, you are giving, you are deserving. Don't let them turn you into apathetic, disappointed, miserable, afraid to hope, afraid to give, afraid to be open. Just because that's what they are, that's all they know, but we have other options. We have other choices available to us, but we have to be open to that, right? Look, I'm not even making it up. 9 of Cups, and then the Hierophant here. So whatever's coming in, it is what you were hoping this would be, and it ended up so miserably. You know, this wasn't the one, right? Person, job, place, home, situation, whatever. This wasn't the one. That's why we hung in there for as long as we did. But this wasn't the one. It wasn't it. It wasn't it. And I know it's difficult to entertain that possibility. But at the same time, if we entertain the possibility that this wasn't it, what does that mean? It means that it is still out there. So we just need to get ourselves back out there and find it, attract it, let it come in. In this case, it's let it come in because it's already here. It's already knocking at your door. Okay? So let's get more information here. Let's clarify all these cards. Yeah, look, I mean, look, the 9 of Cups is out again. You're trying to avoid something. Listen, everything's just confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. Yeah, entertaining I mean, I can't make it up. I'm honestly, Death card at the bottom of the deck again. So with the Death card here, this is, if you need any further confirmation, when the Death card shows up after a type of 10 of Swords situation, that tells you that you are done with that type of situation. You have learned those lessons. You will never be there again. It's not possible. Once you have had your eyes open to whatever that lesson was, whatever it was trying to teach you, and we banged our head against the wall as many times as we did and as many times as it took, but we got it. We opened our eyes to our value, to what we have to offer, to what we deserve. And that peace of knowing I do deserve this. I am valuable, right? That is the true transformation. You will never, even if you tried, you're not going to get to the 10 of Swords again. Even if you tried. Why do I say that? Because it's like you just can't do it. When you see all the red flags, when you see the same cycle, when you see the same conversations, when you see the same behavior, when you see the same patterns, you're just like, nah, I can't. I couldn't even if I wanted to. I can't give you anything. I can't help you. Right? So with the Queen of Cups, we have the 2 of Wands. You're at a crossroads. You have a choice towards a partnership, whether that is business, professional, romantic, friendship, whatever it is. You're at a crossroads. You have a choice to make. Okay. You're desperately trying to make sure you don't repeat the past. Okay. That's what you're focused on. We are focused on. I'm in the same boat. I have to tell you, I'm going to share. Yeah, I get this. The Magician, the Knight of Swords. And again, this is laser focus. This is like, I don't want to entertain left and right and no. That's where I want to go, or I know I want to run away from that. I'm not looking back there. No. But the Knight of Swords it's not peaceful energy. He's running from back there. He's not Why is he running? Because he's afraid he's going to get sucked back in. Do you know what I mean? And so there's this element of, I just need to get out of here. I can't entertain the possibility because it looks similar to something that hurt me. So I'm just no. Make sure it is your choice, your calm, at peace, comfortable, reasonable choice to walk away from something. Make sure you're not running away from it, because if you're forcing yourself to run away from it, you're going to end up there again, because you haven't learned the lesson, and you're almost done with the cycle, but you're so afraid of going back into it, and again, myself included, you're forcing yourself to move on. And what happens is you end up in the same situation. You get even more frustrated because it's like, how did this happen? I tried so hard not to be here again. But it's because we were running away from it. That means there's still something there that triggers us, that makes us feel afraid, that makes us feel bound. And so we just have to sit with it for a little bit, learn the lesson, and then trust ourselves that we have transformed, we have learned, we have incorporated everything. It has changed us for the better. And we can trust ourselves to make sound decisions and not be back there. Look, in the foundation with the Emperor, we have the King of Swords. Again, very rigid personality, very controlling, very hurtful, very spiteful. You do not negotiate with the King of Swords. You don't. These two would go to war. They don't know how to talk to someone else, to listen, to receive their input. They know how to talk at people. They know how to tell people what to do. That's all they know, right? My way or the highway. I don't care. I'm not interested in what you think about it. This is what's happening. Because I have determined that this is what needs to happen. And I'm so intelligent and so in charge of everything, I am never wrong. You can't talk to someone like that. You know what I mean? And you've tried. Three of Cups is with the Six of Coins. Okay, so combining that with the Queen of Cups and the Two of Wands and the Death card with the New Beginnings there, this now tells me that you've already met this new person, whatever role they're trying to play in your life, if it's love, if it's friendship, if it's business partnership, if it's a new opportunity in terms of work. This tells me it's already in your environment. You could be friends currently, where you bump into each other every now and again, exchange like a pleasant short little conversation, okay? But it's already here. You're already aware. And again, it looks similar with what you think it is, right? With what hurt you. And that is what now has triggered this Knight of Swords response of, no, I can't, no. It looks the same, it's gotta be the same, no thank you, no. I don't even wanna ask questions about it. I don't wanna know more about it. I know if it looks like a duck, I'm just gonna say it's a duck, right? But this tells me that this gift with Six of Coins for your karma that you have now resolved or paid off is already in your environment. You've already met this person. You've already come across this opportunity. So look, crowning you. Four of Cups, Nine of Coins. I'm better off on my own with whatever. I'm better off on my own. I can't trust someone else. I can't in whatever capacity. I'm never going to do that again. I'm better off on my own. But again, it's not coming from a calm place of making that decision. It's coming from a fear place of, I can't trust anyone else, therefore I'm better off on my own. You know what I mean? In the near future with this King of Wands, we have the Sun and the Nine of Cups. This is your yes answer, whatever you were thinking about. I feel like a lot of you watching are thinking, I wonder if she's talking about that person. Someone came to mind when you sat down and I started talking about with the cards and all that. Someone came to mind. A conversation came to mind. An opportunity came to mind. And this is your confirmation. This is saying, yes, that's what it is. You're seeing that clearly. You're acknowledging that. You're recognizing that. This is your confirmation. This person or opportunity is going to bring so much joy into your life. It's going to bring laughter, joy, success, recognition, accomplishment, fame for some of you, children, long-term commitment for some of you. With the Ten of Wands is the Eight of Coins. No matter how hard you're working and trying to run away and trying to build something else, you're always feeling like you're playing catch up, or it's more difficult than it needs to be. And it's because you're still carrying this burden. You're still carrying this pain and you're trying to run away from it. And for a lot of us, the Eight of Pentacles just said you've thrown yourself into your work, you've thrown yourself into a hobby, you've thrown yourself into some sort of physical activity, working out, I don't know, cooking, learning a new skill, to try to switch your focus, to try to get you into a new place, but it still feels heavy. This is why, right? Because we're still carrying that burden. In the environment, and what we don't see coming with the Seven of Wands is the Hierophant again, right? This is it. Okay, again, this one wasn't it. It just wasn't. You wouldn't be here if this was it. Okay, this reading wouldn't speak to you if this were it. This coming in, this is it. This is your long term. This is your commitment. This is your job that you're going to be in until you retire, and you can grow and you can develop and you enjoy it and you learn something every day. This is that sense of community and being welcomed and embraced and accepted and guided. This is your future spouse. This is the person you're going to marry. This is the person you're going to have kids with. This is the person you're going to have a long-term future with. This is that business collaboration that's going to elevate you and take you to the next level and open some doors for you that you didn't have access to before. This is it. And it's protected and it's divinely guided with that Ace of Cups. Okay? In Hopes and Fears with the Four of Pentacles, we have the Tower. I've worked so hard to stabilize myself. I'm afraid that if I hope again, I'm going to go through the Tower all over again. That's a very big fear, and I get it. I've been there. I get it. But this is just reminding you to acknowledge, to look at yourself in the mirror and acknowledge the changes that have taken place, the changes that you have made happen or allowed and embraced into your life. You're not the same person you were when you were dealing with this person or in this environment. You are stronger, you are more settled, your giving nature, loving nature, patient nature is your strength. It's not something to hide because people are going to take advantage of it. It's your strength, it's your beauty, it makes you who you are. All you had to do, as if it's that easy, was to learn about boundaries, to claim your worth, to say no for some. That's a big word to say. It's not easy for everyone to say no and, you know, not feel like they have to justify themselves or feel bad about saying no. But you're there, okay? You are there. You're not a page. You're there. Queen of Cups. You're at ease, at peace. Okay? And then in the outcome with the Three of Wands, where we open up to the possibilities, what happens? More communication, a lot of communication. And the more we talk, the more excited we get. This could be going on online. This is also entertaining possibilities, talking about the future, getting hopeful, getting excited, getting inspired, planning things with the Eight of Wands. It's not just the Seven of Cups, right? There's some action behind it. There's fire, there's drive, there's intent. And the Lovers. This is it, right? This is the one. The Lovers with the Hierophant. This is the one. So, interesting reading. It makes sense to me. Let me know if it makes sense to you, and more importantly, if it helps you. Okay? But listen, the one, the actual one for you, whatever it is already in your environment. You've already met this person, you've already talked to this person, you've already entertained this opportunity in some sort of fashion. And as soon as you got excited and hopeful about it, you withdraw from it because you're afraid it's going to be another repeat. This is where we take a breath. And again, we look in the mirror, we acknowledge how far we've come, and we have not acknowledged everything that we've learned, and we acknowledge our own strength, our own resilience, and the fact that who we are is beautiful, and we have a lot to offer. We're not going to hide away. We're not going to hide our vulnerability and our loving nature for fear of people taking advantage of it, but rather we will have boundaries. We will pay attention, have boundaries, say no when we have to, and be selective with who we share our resources with. Okay? If it's our love, if it's our time, if it's our money, if it's our devotion, dedication, loyalty. But this person that's already around you, they are someone who sees that, respects it, and values it, because they are the same way and they've had to learn to be this way. And like I say, if you keep saying no, they will not cross your boundary. This is someone who will recognize your boundary and respect your boundary. They will not push it. They will not cross it. Okay? And that's how you'll know. Like I say, if you're willing to open up and just entertain, just hear them out. Okay, get more information. Talk about your doubts, your fears, the reason you're hesitating. Give them a chance to talk to you. Just sit there and listen. You don't have to do anything. Remember the hangman. Just take it all in and consider it. That's all you have to do. But open up to it. Give them a little bit, okay? Whether it's some sort of a meeting, some sort of an audience, right? Where you just have a drink and you just hear them out. And then you say, okay, what about this? And what about that? And have you thought of this? And what do you do if that? The way they carry themselves, the way they speak, and the fact that the more they talk to you and the more you watch them, how they carry themselves and their body language and all that, the more comfortable, at ease, and at peace you will feel. That is the biggest indicator, right? They will not disturb your peace. Talking to them, entertaining the possibility of what they're talking to you about will not disturb your peace. Okay? But we have to be willing to open up, to give this an opportunity to see what's going to happen. And if it's something that does disturb your peace, if it's something that you're like, you know what, this just gives me anxiety, because I don't know, you're kind of shifty, you're kind of flighty, you're not really answering my questions, keep your wits about you, right? Just make sure that whatever's giving you anxiety is not actually just you and your fear, okay? That's why you talk, you give an opportunity, and you observe what happens with the hangman. You observe what happens and you make sound, logical, rational decisions, right? Your body language is, you're saying something, your body language is saying something else. That's a red flag that kind of makes me feel uneasy, so no thank you. But if they're talking, the way they're talking, their actions match their words, the way they're carrying themselves, they're settled within their nature, they're not pushing you, they're not rushing you. Whatever you're asking them, they're responding, they're replying and covering all the questions. They're not, evasive. You're like, okay, all right, okay, well then how about this? And then they're, telling you all about it. And you're like, okay, all right, that makes sense. And that's okay, yeah. And you feel better. And slowly then you start feeling inspired and excited about it. But we have to give it a chance. And we will see if it's one thing or another. But running away from something, there's no place we can run away from a hole in our hearts, because it's our hearts and it's always on our person, right? As it were. So no matter how far we try to run, it will still be with us until we look at it, we sit with it, and we transform that experience with the death card into a lesson and not a wound, an open wound and a trauma that terrifies us to even entertain that hope ever again. Okay? Wow, very deep messages here. But I'm hoping you're still with me and I really hope this helps, okay? And share it with as many people as you can to if you think they will benefit from this, if you think they will find some help, some guidance in this, please share it. I love it when we have such beautiful readings and such deep messages and inspiring and helpful. And I'm just trying to make sure that it gets out to as many people as possible. And that's where you guys come in, okay? So thank you in advance for all your support, and thank you in advance for sharing this. Comment down below if you're comfortable. Let me know what's up. Let me know how you resonate with the reading if you do. Or just to say, yeah, that makes sense, or it was helpful, or, or just like the video, I don't know. But I'm going to leave it there. This was really, really beautiful. And yeah, let's keep each other posted, okay? About what this is and what's coming in, because it's awesome if we allow it. Right? So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all so much. Sending you all my love, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.